what I really want to know is what prompted you to go on The Voice?
So I think I was it was right before my 16th birthday. It was the summer of 2018. And me and my family, we were going up to New York, actually, while they were having auditions. And I just randomly saw it online, or my dad had mentioned it. I don't remember who it was. But they were promoting it, and then I was just like, you know what? I saw that it was Atlanta. They were doing auditions. So I was like, you know what? We're already going up. It was the same day that we were driving all the way to New York. And we have family in Atlanta. So it was kind of perfect. It just all flowed really well. And we ended up staying with my cousins in Atlanta. And yeah, I did the first round of auditions, and then they asked me to stay another day. So we had to postpone our New York trip another day from continuing driving up. And I did another round of auditions just with the producers and everything. And it went super well. I got this red ticket, and then I didn't hear anything for a month. And then after that month, it was the end of August. They were like, all right, I got a random call. I remember I was waking up from a nap, and I got a call from the producer, and they were like, hey, you got to fly back in a couple days. We have your flight ready.
Fly back to Atlanta?
To California.
To California.
Yeah, and they were like, you're going to be here for 4 days, and then there was another audition process. So it takes a really long time.
Yeah.
And then after that, then we stayed for an entire month. So just filming and just having, we had vocal coaches and everything. So yeah, I think I just wanted, when I was 10, I did the Apollo.
You did in New York City. I know the Apollo.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was Child Star of Tomorrow, so it wasn't filmed on TV.
Right.
It was for 15 and younger.
Okay.
And I just absolutely fell in love with the crowd performing. I loved it. And then so being on that kind of stage, I think once I saw the auditions, I was like, I want to do this again. Right. Obviously it was really, really different, but
So you've been singing your whole life? I mean, what got you into singing?
Yeah. So my mom was a singer in New York.
In New York?
Yeah. She has 2 albums out, bachata albums.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And she did really well. She performed in Shea Stadium. She would do all the Latin festivals in New York and stuff. And so yeah, I definitely got it from her. All my sisters sing. I have 2 older sisters. So they formed a group called the Hazel Eyes, which was my mom and then my 2 older sisters. And I remember they auditioned for American Idol one time, and I was so jealous of them because I wasn't old enough to actually audition yet because I wasn't 12 at the time. And I would always try to sing with them and stuff, but nobody really knew that I could sing. But I always knew I wanted to be a performer because seeing my mom and stuff. And then yeah, when I was 9, turning 10, my dad was like, do you want to perform at the Apollo? Because we're having auditions. And then right before that summer, we went to Florida because we lived in North Carolina at the time. And we went to some villa, and they had karaoke. My dad was like, oh, let me just film this just to have it, whatever. Because I was like, I think I want to sing a song. Why not? Whatever. And I sung Rolling in the Deep by Adele, and that was my favorite song at the time. And everybody was like, who is this girl?
Who are you?
Yeah. And my dad put it on YouTube, and that was it. And then that's when my dad was like, we should go to New York, and you should feel it out and see if you love it. And
so you're a singer-songwriter, and you have a partner named Justin, who you've done some interesting things too, and you've been behind the scenes. So tell us about you a little bit, Justin.
I mean, I was introduced to dance music when I was 14 years old, because I was in the sports before.
So you can dance?
No.
Neither can I.
Dance. I mean, I can move around I go like this.
Just a little bit though.
No. I went to go live with my uncle for a while, and he had all the gear, and he was a DJ in Detroit. And he's the one that taught me how to do everything. And then I was like, all right, I love music.
So how did you 2 hook up? Because you're a team now.
We are a team. 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was 4 years ago in 2019. I had just gotten off of The Voice, and I got booked for some gig at a mall, and it was a fundraiser, and there was the radio station that was performing. So I met somebody that was working with Justin at the time, and he was like, we have to get in the studio, because after he heard me perform...
Justin said to you, we got to get a studio.
A friend of his, that they were working together. And I remember it was literally the week after we met in the studio. It was my first time being in a real professional studio. And then we just clicked immediately, and he started working on my personal project for 2-3 years. And we came out with 2 singles. One of them did really well. It's called Untouchable. And we ended up getting invited to perform at Ultra Music Festival in Miami last year.
Oh, wow.
At the main stage.
At the
Because a
main
friend of ours,
stage.
Tommy Sunshine, he was performing, and he was like, hey, we made this song together. Do you guys want to perform it live?
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's pretty intense.
It was amazing.
It was fun.
And then
It was
kind
amazing.
of after that, everybody was like, we were already making so much dance music.
Right.
Like even for my personal project, everybody was kind of like, why don't you guys just like form a group? Because like we just work so well together.
So what's your group called?
JustnKayse.
JustnKayse. Oh, I like that.
It's
Little
just
play
in
on
case.
words. Justin and Kayslyn, JustnKayse.
But it's spelled JustnKayse.
Nice. Very creative.
Thank
It was
you.
really cool too because when we were working in the studio, we didn't really have a direction as far as like where you wanted to go with your
kind of, like,
personal
genre?
project
Yeah.
and genre. And I was already DJing and making house music, and I was like, you know, a lot of DJs like they have features and stuff like that to sing on records whenever they have vocal
I know nothing about
samples.
DJs, so you're educating us in the
I mean, most house songs are sample vocals, or it's like a singer and they get the vocal from somebody
Yeah.
and then they put it in the beat and they work their magic and then it comes out. And I was like, well, you can sing. You're a songwriter. Your dad's a DJ. And I'm like,
your dad's a DJ?
Yeah,
Frankie's
yeah.
a DJ?
Oh yeah.
Frankie's got a lot of talents. He's my master
I know.
electrician. I don't know where to go.
Everything.
So she was always like in house music, and I was like, let's give this a try. And then it actually did really well, and we were like, okay, we got something here. So we've been working, honestly, for like, we have 3 years of music that's not
Well, you already told me that
Yeah.
you didn't go to bed till 4:30 this morning.
Yeah, that's
And that's creative people. My producer, Tom, does the same thing. I get
Yeah.
texts at 4:30 in the morning. So creative people, most people don't understand. They don't go to 9 to 5 jobs.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
No, we don't have 9 to
If something
5.
pops in your head.
We're crazy.
Yeah, but we're crazy in a good way.
In a good
A
way.
very good way.
For sure.
Now, I got to ask you, why did you pick that one song to perform for The Voice?
I always just really liked that song. I remember The Voice actually gave me a different song to
they did.
perform, and I just did not really like. I didn't love it. It didn't like connect with me. I tried like making like trying to sing in different ways, different keys, everything, and so then I was able to switch my song, and then I always loved that song. I would hear it on the radio all the time, and I remember a couple months before, me and my dad had heard it on the radio. And we were like, what is this song? We love this song. We were like, imagine if like I sung this song
Right.
like on The Voice.
you
or
knocked it out of the
and
park.
it ended up, thank you. And it ended up happening, and I did my own like version of it, and I fell in love with that song, and yeah.
Because you said your favorite song was the other song.
But I had auditioned with that song.
Oh,
so
okay.
I wanted to do something different.
So you did audition with your favorite song, and that's what got you to
Yeah.
the next level. Okay. See, now, do you know who the executive producer of The Voice is?
No.
It's amazing. Mark Burnett.
Okay.
You know why that's important? He's the one that started reality TV with Survivor.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
really?
Yes.
That's
So
amazing.
what's interesting, your process where they told you what you're picking, all goes back down to Mark Burnett. When I was on the show, they gave us a list of clothes we had to wear. They picked them. So you can see how this is all structured. But I didn't realize they pick your songs that you have to audition for.
Well, you get to choose them, and then
Yeah, but they give you a list, right?
Yeah. Well, usually what happened was I picked out like the songs that I wanted to perform,
Right.
and then it's kind of, I mean, I don't really know how it works, but I guess it's also based on like the rights and stuff of what,
Right.
So then it gets narrowed down, and then they kind of just like give you whatever, and then, but I was able to like change mine, and you can like talk to them and stuff, so it worked out.
John Legend picked you.
Oh yeah.
And then you picked John Legend. So how was that with John Legend?
It was amazing. I remember I was so torn between Kelly and John. I had no idea. I remember I had to be like the longest person deciding because it was the first episode. I don't even think it was put in the episode because I took that long to decide. I remember Adam was like, "Do you need some help? Like, are you good?"
Really?
Yeah, he was like, "We gotta." And I don't know. I just love the way like the second John turned around, just he stood up and
Was
he
he
was
the first one that
dancing.
turned around?
It was like him and Kelly were literally like seconds apart. Like it was super, super close. But he just kind of stood up for me and just like literally was dancing the whole time, and it just made me feel like special and really cool. And like he really enjoyed the performance. So he was amazing. Honestly, like he was just a super humble person. I learned like so much from him. And we still have each other on like Instagram and stuff. So.
But you still stay in contact? What if Justin wants to put
Yeah.
an arrangement together? Do you say, hey, John, can you take a look at this for me?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I'm sure he would, love to give us notes and stuff. And
Justin, have you met him?
Yeah, actually,
Wow.
a couple times. I was working with him before he got signed.
Really?
Yeah, I have some unreleased
So
songs with him.
who have you worked with that are really big names? Or can you tell us?
Yeah, I can say Rihanna, Hilary Duff.
Oh, really? Rihanna?
Yeah, John Legend's one of them. All the way to
Lucky day.
Lucky Day, Heather Headley,
Wow.
Angie Stone.
So what was your craziest gig, you two?
There's been a few.
There's got to be a crazy gig out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a couple. What one do you want?
Probably one of our recent ones. I mean, I guess we can explain like Ultra a little bit too.
Yeah, that was probably the most fun, like one of the best ones. Craziest gig is, so we got booked to do a show in Miami Friday night, and the dates got changed. So on the flyer, so there was actually like a miscommunication, I guess.
Yeah.
So we got double booked. So we had 20 minutes to leave the one gig to go to the other one. And literally the guy's like, if you're not here, like, where are you guys? But we got there 1 minute before.
Wow.
Plugged everything in. The board they had, nothing worked on it. Like
Oh,
the
God.
buttons were, which is kind of common sometimes because you usually do sound check or you show up a little bit before to make sure everything's working. But our time slot was so crammed.
It was crazy.
And I
the
remember,
Miami traffic.
oh, it was insane.
Oh, I
had
can't
just
handle
played-
Miami traffic.
No, it was insane.
It was
So
only the two places were 15 minutes apart. Ended up being like 25, 30 minutes.
yeah, it was tight. And then when we got there, I remember we plugged everything in, and I'm like, Caitlin, the entire you need two turntables to DJ, and one of them wasn't working. The other one didn't have the buttons working, and I'm like, thank God I had the board in the back of my car. We had like a rental, and I was like, let me just bring it in case something
Yeah.
goes wrong.
Proper pro.
And
planning.
literally we set it up, and it started off super crazy, and then we started it off. It went really well, and then there's this girl that they had a piano on the side of the stage, and I guess she got like super hammered or something. And she was like playing along and everything.
I thought you were DJing.
My first intention was, what's she doing up
Literally,
here?
why
Was she
did you get
playing
on the
well at
stage?
least?
Kinda. I don't really remember. I just remember the crowd going, hey, and
Yeah,
I was like,
everybody was
let it
cheering
go.
on, and
Fuck
it's
it,
like-
let it run.
When she first got on the stage, I remember she was trying to say something to me, and I was just like, yeah, like do your thing, whatever. We were in it, so.
So we ended up playing till 5 a.m.
Seriously?
They
Yeah.
kept it open another
They
2
kept
hours.
it open till 5? That's Miami, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it was
Doesn't
awesome.
happen here in Orlando, I can tell you that now.
No.
Done.
Done. But it was kind of a shit show, but it was like a happy accident, I guess.
And what was
ended
your
up awesome, though.
best show ever? You had to say, this was the highlight of the two of us together. What was the best one?
Probably Ultra.
Yeah.
So it was the worst
So
and the
far.
best.
I mean, Ultra
Wow.
because like it's so, I guess.
What is Ultra?
It's a big music festival that
Okay.
they have it all around the world.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, and literally it's the biggest DJs.
So
Like,
it's really a festival for DJs to, showcase their talents and
yeah, and it's
Wow.
also it's like a safe place where like people can go out and party and have fun, but it's actually just like it's house music. It's a lot of fun.
different. But no, Ultra definitely was one of the craziest also because just the adrenaline and stuff, and it was like our first time doing a performance like just us together, and it was like first performance
Yeah.
and it's at Ultra Music Festival. It was
was
pretty
kind of
insane.
insane.
that was your first performance in an Ultra festival?
Together, like,
as a group.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like our
Yeah.
coming out.
That was your breakout.
And yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember us standing behind the stage, and the stage is so massive. I felt like we were ants, and we were just like waiting to be called on stage, and both of us were so nervous. When I stood up to sing, and we were getting on the stage, walking up the stairs, because the stage is so elevated. It's like a little stage on a massive stage. And I remember we could feel like everything shaking, like in
It
like
was
our
awesome.
hearts. We were like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even hear anything because it was just
Really?
like
No,
the
it's super cool.
It was
It was really
amazing.
cool.
It was so.
How many
cool.
people were at that festival, do you think?
Oh, there's over 100,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a 3-day thing.
Yeah, it's a 3-day
Friday, Saturday,
thing.
Sunday.
So the people get hotels and they stay out there, and then the DJs like, if they have multiple sets and after parties.
And there's a bunch of different stages at the festival.
It's really cool. It's
It
a
was
lot like
amazing.
EDC here in Orlando.
Okay.
Similar type of thing.
So you're now recording your own music, writing your own music. You got something coming up soon?
Yeah. we just we're wrapping up a song with Sony Spain,
Okay.
and we're gonna have about 4 or 5 releases
Wow.
next year.
In the next year.
Yeah, and
Starting
we're doing
in January.
singles. We're not like doing albums or
Okay.
anything like that, because most of our sets too, like, people are always confused because when they go see like a DJ set, they're like expecting just to hear the DJ's music.
Okay.
And really, like, being a DJ and being a house producer is all about, you know, reading the room and sharing other people's art too, to that room. Stuff that like you like that you want to share with other people. So we do play our own stuff during the sets, but a lot of times we'll do other people's
So how's
sets.
your own stuff been being received now? Because I mean, come on, you're on The Voice. Everybody saw you. You got a team now.
We've ended up doing everything a little bit opposite because we have songs out, but they're like exclusively.
I know her. I know her.
Exclusive.
She was on Survivor.
She was amazing. Exclusive.
Oh, you know her too then.
Yeah, ran into her a couple times. Exclusively on Sirius XM, and they're remixes of like Harry Styles. We have one with
Rosalia,
Miley Cyrus.
Beyonce.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're doing really well, and they're getting put in other like DJs mix shows and stuff. And
One of them. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
one of
no,
them,
yeah.
the Miley Cyrus one we did for Flowers.
Hmm.
We did a remix for her with Tommy Sunshine and On Deck, and they're our really good friends too. And it actually got us featured on a Billboard article for
Really?
helping the song reach 1 billion streams.
1
So, like, we
billion?
got-
yeah,
Yeah,
You said
because
billion.
of like
Billion.
1 billion. So because of like DJs doing remixes and having so much like radio like airplay,
Wow.
it like helped boost the song. And like our names were on it. It was so
Wow, that's
crazy.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was in March.
yeah, it was.
So what would you tell somebody that was aspiring to go into music? You know, you're young. I don't know how old you are. I don't really want to know your age.
Oh, I'm 25.
Oh, you're both young. My God.
Joking, I'm not.
I was going to say, 25. The poor guy needs sleep.
25.
He looks tired. You're killing me here. But what would you tell somebody that's because it's a tough business?
I think the best advice would be make sure you're in it because you love it.
Boom.
Because if you're only in it for like the fame or money or something like that, it's gonna wear you out, and you're gonna you gotta have thick skin. But you at the end of the day, it's like, why would you do a job that you don't love? Like,
You
why
know
would
what?
you stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning not knowing if you're gonna get paid? It's not about that.
And that's what
Yeah.
most people don't understand. What? Can we still talk? That's the one thing most people don't understand. If you're passionate and love what you do, it's not a job.
Yeah.
You know, I hooked up with my producer, JustnKayse, and he's up to 4:30 in the morning like you.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I didn't go into dentistry for the money. That sounds, oh yeah, really? No, I figured I'd have a job for the rest of my, but I love what I do.
Yeah.
And when you love what you do, it's easy. And most people don't love what they do.
Yeah.
And most people are not happy, and I believe it's because they don't have the passion to do what they really want to do. Of course, you need money to pay your bills and do stuff like that. But I think in the end, it all comes back.
Yeah, and I also think like another advice would be try to if you have a mentor or somebody that you know is guiding you in the right way, try to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses.
So who was your mentor?
My mentor was Veda Nobles, and he did Miss Education on Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
He's done. You can look him up, VADA Nobles.
Pretty big?
He's respected,
Right.
well respected, and something he taught me, I think, is in this business being a creative, you always want to be emotional,
Right.
and you gotta like learn how to control your emotions, and then at the same time, be passionate
Yeah.
and like just do it. The other thing is recognizing strengths and weaknesses
Right.
because a lot of times we want to do everything.
Especially being in a group too.
Yeah, and it grew. Oh, and communication is like the biggest key. But you know, we will always want to be able to do everything. But sometimes, you know,
You can't.
you might be a better coach than a basketball player. You're still on the court.
Now, what about you,
know it.
Caitlin? Who's been your prominent mentor?
I feel like I've had a few. I think like
Who really made an impact on you, though, as a mentor? Because there's always
couple,
one or two
definitely,
people
like-
that really,
Yeah.
you go back and go, oh, God, I remember them helping me out. I remember them giving me that
Yeah.
little piece of advice, like what you said.
Yeah.
You know your strengths and weaknesses. So is there somebody that pops into your head every time?
yeah, but definitely my parents.
I figured
first of
that.
all, for sure, always. There's been a couple people, even John Legend, definitely an amazing mentor. Yeah, I think Justin for sure.
Yeah,
I think
you
same
too.
with,
You
both
too.
of us.
Like,
We,
I
always
learn
teach
stuff
each
from
other.
you all the time.
Sam, I've honestly learned the most things the last 4 years that we've known each other than like, I feel like music-wise, like in the music business and stuff, than like ever. I feel like.
Yeah.
So, and we're just continuing to learn and grow, but yeah.
So what does the future hold for you guys? Do you know? Where do you want to go?
You know, it's funny because a lot of people ask us this.
Oh, it's
And I think the key is like just to have a long career. And
Definitely.
10, 20 years from now, we're still loving what we do. And the cool thing about the group is it can always evolve.
right.
You know, if she wants to do a solo project, she can still work on her solo stuff. If she wants to DJ with me, we could still DJ. I could still produce. Like, but as long as the group is always evolving and getting better, I think, and we're still having fun doing it. I think the
Yeah.
day when we look at each
And
other,
it's a
we're like,
choice.
ugh.
Like, it's
we,
not
we
like-
have those
It's
days.
not a
but
chore, and
yeah.
you have to embrace change. A lot of people are afraid of change. So when you embrace change, that's how you grow. You make mistakes, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. You know, they think you got to be lucky. No, you make your own luck. And
Yeah.
that's what you two are doing now. And that's
Definitely.
And you get excited. I can see the joy in your face, even though this poor guy's tired.
I'm not tired, actually. I'm
you're awake now?
I'm ready to go. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you have an
I'm ready to
energy drink, huh?
We'll do a whole nother set for
Oh,
you.
that's I want to hear you guys perform because Tom is like you. He's like the Energizer rabbit, and you know he'll sit.
I
and
have
stuff.
to hold back because sometimes I'm like,
No, never hold back. Be yourself. That's what people want to say.
no, this is me. But at 12 o'clock in the morning when we're on stage, it's a different me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like
for
so
real.
in it.
So what time do you start, and what time do you end typically when you're doing a show?
Usually 12-1 start.
Yeah.
12, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten after parties till 8 a.m., 10 o'clock
Seriously?
in that morning.
10 in the morning.
This is the life of a musician and creative people. Wow.
Yeah, it was actually
it's
my birthday
awesome.
last month, and we threw like an after party with some of our like closest friends,
Right.
and a lot of them are DJs and stuff. So, literally from 4 to like 10:30, 11 a.m., we all just like DJ'd and played music back to back. We had like a dope, like really cool setup with all these boards.
You had
and-
food, I hope, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
us
pizza,
Italians always have
fruit.
food.
Oh, for sure.
Also,
Yeah,
like
everybody
we
was-
wake up
everybody was-
at like when we know we have a set like that, we're not waking up till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can sleep like that? See, I could never do that.
Well, you have to.
I can't. Honestly. Yeah.
I mean, it's no way to physically stay up that long without proper rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Kayslyn, I really enjoyed watching your audition on The Voice.
Thank
Your
you.
voice was amazing. I remember you when your father first showed me the tape. I go, oh my God, I remember that girl. He goes, that's my daughter. I go, I didn't recognize your father because he had his hat on. So I would love for you to perform for us now. Would you be
Definitely.
willing to do that?
Yeah.
For
All right,
sure.
let's rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hi everyone, we are JustnKayse, and today we're going to be performing one of our unreleased singles called Know My Name, the acoustic version, and we're so grateful that you're listening and we hope you enjoy. Slowing down on the weekdays, every day has been a replay. Hold on for the weekend, done with overthinking, yeah. Whoa, you don't need to know the location. Following my footsteps to trace me. Hold on for the weekend, let's go with the feeling, yeah. Whoa, right or wrong, it's my life, I do what I like. Letting go of the time, I'll sleep when I die. Right or wrong, it's my life, no more tears to cry. Letting go until I realize you don't know my name. You don't know my, you don't know my, you don't know my name. And for the first time in my life, that's okay. Thank you.
That was terrific. JustnKayse, I didn't miss it. It was phenomenal. We got Kayslyn here. We got Mr. Justin here. And
Yep.
you guys performed really well.
Thank you.
We're
Thank you so much.
We're so happy to have you here on Tonight Orlando with Dr. Carl. I'm your host. And You're our first guest. We're
I
gonna
know, we're
knock
so
it out of
excited.
the park.
Thank you. Thank you tonight, Orlando. And again, we are JustnKayse. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for everybody that's watching, and we will see you guys very soon.
Very soon on Tonight Orlando, we're gonna blow it out of the park.